Good evening to all of my viewers and followers all out there across the World Wide Web. It's GC3, and I'm in the place to be, lovely Phoenix, Arizona. Coming off an amazing weekend, I was able to attend the Kings and the Queens of the City national event put on by Hoopers Only and Legacy Youth Sports. Well, anyways, this is the recap show, and I have a special guest that I'm going to bring on. And I've been watching his content all weekend, and I'm just like, I got to bring this guy on. Like, this is refreshing. He's out there in the community interviewing, student athletes, giving them that exposure, you know, um, that normally, these younger kids don't normally get. So I really appreciate his work. Without further ado, I'm gonna bring on my man, Colin Cam. What's going on, Colin? How you
Yeah,
doing,
yeah,
sir?
yeah. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's going
Man,
on,
I
man?
really
How you
appreciate
doing?
your work, man. It's so amazing, refreshing. I was catching some of your interviews. I was like, man, this is super dope. I really like it. It's refreshing.
That's a blessing, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you having me on, man. It was definitely a beautiful weekend, man, to see everybody come out, all the hoopers across Phoenix and really putting on for the city. It was a great turnout for both girls and boys side. So I was happy to be there.
No, absolutely. And I don't know if you know, man, there was like 400 teams. 400
That's
teams.
400 teams, man. That's tough. And to be I mean, and super competitive, man. I mean, it was there was teams all over the place, different venues, different locations, but everybody trying to rep for the city, man. Everybody trying to get that chip. And I was like, man, this is tough. This is tough. But it was great. It was great for the city. It was great for the city.
No, absolutely. And like I was just, touching, I was telling Leo too, last night when we did a little, recap about the event, and I was telling him like normally with AAU and club, this is, independent events like this are just a lot of fun because it's like the battle of the shoe companies, the brands and the independent teams. I mean, it doesn't matter if you wear Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Puma, New Balance. It doesn't matter. You're going to run and try to be the king or the queen, of the city. So it's just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it, man. I'm talking. Hey, man, folks was putting on. Folks was putting on this weekend. It was good, man. It was very competitive, and I think it turned out to be what people wanted it to be, and it was some great basketball, great turnout.
Absolutely. So first things first. Who is Colin Cam and how did you get that started? I want you to tell the viewers and the followers, how you got your start because I think your content, what you're doing, it's refreshing, especially being able to talk to student athletes. And here's another thing. Public speaking is a lost art, in my opinion. A lot of our younger generation, they don't know how to be interviewed or be on camera, and they kind of have that stage fright. So it's refreshing that this is just more than basketball and media. This is life skills that you're actually teaching these kids.
Yeah, man. It was the so a little bit about myself, man. Born and raised in Springfield, Massachusetts, the birthplace of basketball. Right, I've been around basketball my whole entire life. Played college basketball. I got family that play professional basketball. Mentors that play professional basketball that coach in the NBA and play. I think for so what came out of the platform was me and my buddy were was doing tournaments in Houston, Texas, and the tournament was called Grade School Elite GSC, and it was basically like, man, how can we bring another cool element, man, to the table while having a great relationship and a great rapport with the kids. And so I was like, man, let's just put them on camera, and that's what we did, man. And one thing led to another, and it was like, man, this thing could be really special, and it turned out to be extremely special. And it turned out to be what it is right now and ongoing. Just like you said, there's a lost art in public speaking. There's a lost art in just communicating, right? COVID really did a number on a lot of people, on a lot of individuals, taking away of that personal interaction, and much so rather than communicating, you know, in person. Now everything became virtual. So to be able to be around somebody is kind of like, I'm okay. And you know, and not doing that for so long, it took away that dynamic, right? And so now it's like, yo, basketball is back, all sports is back, and now it's time to give these kids some really cool exposure. Now it's time to really be impactful and to really not, lose sight of, the goal, and that's to bring the right exposure to every kid, man. These kids have an opportunity to make $1 million off their likeness and image now. So it's like, in a minute and 30 seconds, how can someone get to know their favorite player? How can someone get to hear their favorite player through the interview process? Or who knows, man? That player, that person may have a smile that can change the world, and you get a company. You know what I mean? Like, you get one of those big companies that may be like, hey, we like what this guy looks like. We like, you know what I mean? We like what she looks like. We like what they're saying. Let's go ahead and offer them what we need to offer them. And that's potentially the goal there, right? Like, that's potentially, everybody's getting paid to play now. And I think it's a good thing, man. And so that's how everything came to about, man. And I'm extremely grateful for every kid, for every parent, for allowing me, man, to do so. One tournament led to another, and another tournament led to another. And without the student athletes, man, there's no Colin Cam. And without no students, without Colin Cam, who knows, man? But God is the greatest, man, and He has blessed me, man, with this platform to be on here, man, to speak with you and to be a blessing to the kids and to be a blessing to everybody that I come in contact with. So, man, I'm grateful for the opportunity that people see and people believe, and hopefully we can continue to inspire.
No, absolutely, man. I mean, for those of you who don't know, I mean, who watch this podcast, on the YouTube channel, which is now Vision Sports Network. I'm going through a whole rebrand, and that's something for a whole different episode because I got people asking a ton of questions, and they're like, "Oh, wait, is GC3 out?" I'm like, "No," but that's another episode. But yeah, you touched on the NILs. Arizona, the AI announced that they're gonna go ahead and they set some guidelines. And for those who don't know as well, I do NIL representation because of my background working with Tribute Sports Management, which is a sports management firm. With we had an agent and just a whole management team to help with athletes. So I'm making myself and my staff, we're getting ready, we're bracing,
That's
putting
big.
in work for that aspect because again, exposure is important. People don't realize it. Even just your interviews, that's huge.
That's big,
People
man.
don't understand. Even like with me, they're like, "Well, who is this guy?" Like what do you do for exposure? Well, I myself podcasts, I do live broadcasting, and I have a lot of relationships. I have a small scouting service, so I have relationships with college coaches. So that's the exposure, and again, you're bringing a whole nother element. That's it's amazing. So appreciate the work you do and that you're going to do, Colin, and
Yeah,
I look forward to working with you in the future. It's super exciting what you do.
man. Appreciate you, man. We got to do something special for the community of people, man, for sure.
Absolutely. So for those of you who don't know, my viewers and followers, hey, make sure you give us a follow. On the bottom of our name, in the white box, it has our Instagram account. So go ahead and hit us, right there. Give us a follow. If you have any
Absolutely.
questions, the DMs are always open. Even I know on Colin's end and my end. If you have
Yeah,
any questions, if you're a business, looking for any type of promo or marketing, hey, we're right here at your fingertips.
yeah, for
Yeah, man,
sure,
we're right there.
for sure.
So back to the event. So, we're going to close this episode. I'll start with you. So, name one younger kid, it could be middle school and or elementary school prospect that you like from the weekend. and then a high school prospect. So you mainly were at the site where there were a lot of boys games. So
Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah.
I was mainly covering the girls. So I'll
Ah,
start with you, and we'll talk about the boys, and you can just explain why you like them, and we go from there.
man, you put me on the spot, boss. Uh, oh man, okay.
If you want, I can go first with the girls because I have my notes. I mean, that's just me.
You know what? You know what? Now, you know what? Let me knock it out. Let me knock it out. Let me knock it out. I like, I like Mo Carter.
Okay.
Mo Carter, great kid, shifty guard, high IQ, big motor, from Hoop Code. I thought he balled out, man. I think one of the games he ended up getting hurt, but I think as an underdog or as a person that is on he should be on a lot of people's radar. I think he has a promising future. He has a promising career. And I think he's really going to add to what Arizona's already doing in the basketball realm of things.
Nice.
Uh, I think, man, high school side, man, I seen um, Cesar Sotomayor. I think that's his last name.
Yeah, Caesar
Uh,
Sotomayor. That's actually
yeah.
Leo Sotomayor's son. I like him too. I
Okay,
watched him
yeah,
play. He's
yeah.
nice.
Okay. So he's tough, man. Christian Holly balled out this weekend, man. Talking about he had a really big game. Um, oh man, you know what? The Madeline brothers.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
those guys are tough, man. Zaire Smith from I think Shifty Elite. He balled out, man. There was a lot of talent, man. Like it's you know what I mean. It was a lot of talent, man. Damian Melanana balled out. Jacob Schnashu balled out this weekend. Lincoln Cooper. There were so many kids from Bella Vista balled out. Man, it was tough, man. NB Elite balled out over there. Team Sizzle was balling, Smack balling, Team Legacy. Everybody was balling, man. It was tough. Obviously, everybody couldn't win every game, man, but there was some heat this weekend, man. Like you said earlier, man, 400 teams, man. That's not no Mickey Mouse, man. That's a big deal, man. And AZ Renegade, man, the Storm, the Gremlins, man, the Monstars. Everybody balled. AZ5, everybody had heat this weekend, man. And forgive me, folks, if I'm leaving your team out, team determined. Man, who
No,
else, man?
exactly, man. I can understand. I mean, I'm looking
Man,
at
it
all
was
my
it was it
pages
was
of
some
notes
heat,
here.
y'all.
There's too many kids.
Yeah,
Too many players.
it was so many. You said one, I said, man, I gotta go off the script a little bit, and I gotta start dropping some bombs there, man. So, so yeah, man, RNG, man, I ain't messing with y'all, man. Y'all know who y'all are, man. There was so much power, man, this weekend in the Valley, and everybody should be proud of their program. Everybody should be proud of their kids, man, and we can't lose sight of really developing these kids, and to get into where they want to go to, and whether that's in the college, whether that's in the league, um, whether they want to do something else. We just got to continue to do the right thing, man, and really teach them more about basketball. As basketball the reward, but let's start developing more character, more integrity. What I mean, more honesty, more respect.
Gratitude. Amen.
What I mean, gratitude, man. Like, come on. And so basketball is the reward, man. But there's some other things, man, that we can continue to build and instill to our promising youth for sure.
No, absolutely. You touched on man, and I've seen a lot of those players because I mean, people know me as like, yeah, he covers a lot of the girl stuff, but
Yeah,
I'm there. I still got my peaky tone on the boy side, and
yeah. And
I
ladies, real quick, ladies, I'm sorry I did not get to you guys. It was a crazy, crazy weekend. But we're gonna do something special for sure for the ladies. upcoming here really soon. So, ladies, I got y'all. Hang tight. Your boy will be in the building soon. So hang tight. I promise. I promise. I promise.
Absolutely, man. That's awesome. I can't wait to watch some of your content, your interviews. It's a lot of fun.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
So now let me talk about some of the girls. I
Yeah, yeah,
mean,
yeah. Come on. What we got? What we got?
younger kids. There's two girls, from Aloha Elite, fifth and sixth graders. Lexi Neslin, high IQ basketball
Come
point
on.
guard. Her dad played Division II at the University of Hawaii Hilo. Her older sister, Dom Neslin, just won a open division state championship there at Xavier Prep and committed to High Point out in North Carolina.
That's tough.
One of my favorite guards. So Lexi is just as skilled as her older sister, but I think she's a lot more competitive. Even though she's a fifth grader, she brings that fire.
That's tough. I
Um,
love it.
Another kid I really like was her backcourt mate, Maya Millage, who's only a fourth grader, but her dad, her dad is the head men's coach at Scottsdale College and is also in the ASU Hall of Fame as a player, Curtis
That's tough.
Millage. Maya I was just in shock. She is so athletic, quick first step, a menace
Shouts
on
to Maya.
defense. I mean, her first step, she just blows by her opponent. She's so quick. And talking to dad, my guy Curtis, him and we have a relationship, known each other for a few years.
Okay.
And we were talking. He was like, George, she's very young to the game. I never really coached her yet. It's all, she's a soccer player. I'm like, well, that makes sense. So that's a team that I'm excited to watch. Um, what else are the younger kids? Another kid I really liked, who's a sixth grader, is Tiana Piles. Um,
Okay.
she's really tall and athletic. Her dad's another friend of mine. It's just crazy how I'm seeing a lot of guys I used to coach against when I was coaching and have a relationship with. Her dad is Coach Brian Piles. Used to be out at Coolidge High School. Good friend of
Okay.
mine. And I watched his daughter. She's just so athletic, long, skilled. She's a do-it-all playmaker, and she's clutch. She's willing to take those tough shots, willing to defend the best players. So, just I'm excited about the young talent coming up.
For sure.
It's super exciting. Moving over to the older kid side. I mean, again, I apologize to some of the teams I wasn't able to watch. I mean, there's just too many teams. There's like 400 teams. It's
It
so
man, it was tough to get to everybody, man. And I know everybody wasn't happy. I like, oh man. You know what I mean? We can only do so much, but it still was special.
absolutely. So, two players that I liked on the high school side first is my girl America Casares out of plays for Arizona Grind. Arizona's newest New Balance circuit team. They're a full fledged
Yeah,
New Balance team,
that's tough.
and America is great IQ. She's elite, 3 level scorer. She's a bucket, and I know she's getting a lot of Division I interest. So I'm pretty sure she's going to have a huge spring and summer where she's going to get her first offer soon. I know. I can't really drop the names of the schools because that's I've been hearing and I know some of
Uh,
those
my,
colleges who are so we're all going to have to wait
my dog
for her
knows
announcement here in the
my
coming
dog
weeks.
knowing something we don't know. Oh man,
So
let's go America.
so America, yeah, she's one of my favorite kids. Another kid who's under the radar and who had a huge weekend is Shanielle Mallory,
Okay,
2026. Plays for Team Legacy, and she's out of Raymond Kellis High School.
okay,
Great crafty point guard. She's shifty, facilitates well, great IQ, just plays hard. Just one of my favorite. I've been watching her since her freshman year. She was a starting varsity point guard, and she's an under the radar kid who's going to have an enormous spring and summer. Um, those are just two of my favorite kids. I mean, I've seen so many kids all weekend, but I just got to give a shout out to
facts.
those two kids. So it's really, really exciting. I'm glad that Leo. Shout out to to Hoopers Only and Legacy Youth Sports for putting on an amazing event.
For sure. Shout outs to Leo. Shout outs to Danielle. Definitely first class folks, man. So we appreciate you guys for doing something special for the city.
Absolutely. And just, it was a huge draw. We had teams from, pretty much the Southwest region come out, New Mexico, Utah, Nevada, California. So it was just an awesome independent event. Well, we're about out of time here in a little bit because I got to get to my dinner, and I know. Colin Cam got to do the same, man. We hungry.
We gotta eat something.
All right, guys. So to close up, guys, for my viewers and followers, across, make sure you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel, which is the Vision Sports Network channel, as well as check out our Instagram. Colin Cam's Instagram is right under in the white box under his name, and mine is as well. So make sure you give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, all of the above. So I appreciate you guys. And Colin, I appreciate it, brother. Thanks for joining me, and I had a lot of fun. We're going to do this again soon.
Come on, man. Let's lock it in, man. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for having me, brother. It's been an honor.
Appreciate you. Have a good night. And here's my closing credits, ladies and gents. Appreciate all your love and support.